Where do you stand at this point? And I know a lot of this has been effective, especially early in the season, by injury. But in regards to the way they're using the three main running backs, using them in certain roles, but also the distribution of the carries and when they're on the field, how much they're on the field.
I think that frankly needs to be used in the red zone more. 6 feet, 245. Like, you got a big battering ram running back for a reason, right? You recruited him for a reason. So I think you should use him in that way. Jalen Knighton needs to stop fumbling the ball, to be perfectly honest. So that's kind of his major hang up. But I mean, it was everybody, the whole run game struggled, these past few weeks, to the point of the question on the screen for Mr. HD. And then Henry Parrish has been injured, and kind of rotating in and out with some, injuries. So, but yeah, so Henry Parrish was actually out last week. So Jalen Knighton got the lion's share of the carries. But, they're crashing to the run and stopping that. Lucius Stanley, the preferred walk-on who used to be at UAB, got in there and looked good. So I think that's fine, but I'm not going to base, 4 to 5 carries for Lucius Stanley. I'll take that. But I mean, even though he did look good, I'm not comfortable with giving him 12 to 20 carries. I'm just not. So that means these other guys got to step up. That means the running game as a whole needs to step up. And, whether that's blocking, whether that's the running backs following the design of the play, which has been talked about in a negative way by Cristobal several times, like, we have this block this way on unsuccessful play. It was there if they went where they were supposed to go, but they didn't, trying to be a hero. And sometimes 4 yards is all you're going to get. It's not going to be, okay, we're going to go back, cut backside, bounce outside, touchdown. Every play is not going to be a touchdown. And that's why teams work on inside run during practice, right? Because you got to find your way in there. Sometimes it's going to be 4. It's going to be, but then, hey, if you slip a tackle on that inside run for 4, it becomes 7. That's nice. But like, you can't just go where you want to go sometimes. I think that's been a problem with the run game. But, I think that honestly, it is a little misleading because I would say probably of Brashard Smith's 6 catches, 3 of those were on bubbles. I'm counting those as run plays, extensions of the run game. Just like, we're not able to run the ball out there, but we can run a bubble, get it to a guy who was playing a slash position before Xavier Restrepo got hurt, right? So you saw Brashard Smith outside in the slot, returning in the backfield. Like, you saw him doing all these different things, but now Xavier Restrepo's out. He's like, no, he's playing slot only, right? So, sorry. Let's throw him the ball out there and let him work like a running back, use his abilities. And those are ostensibly extensions of the run game. But we need to be able to actually run the run game. And I don't know. They just got to work. And I think, by they, I mean everybody. Josh Gaddis has to figure out the plays to call, because even though there's some plays there and there's some holes there, if you're not getting the running back at that point, then you got to figure something out, right? So I'm not saying that the play calling is poor, but it's not matching up. The offensive line has had several injuries. You're still down starters, but these new guys are the starters now, right? So you got to find a way to get those 5 to coalesce and get them to work together to, be on the progressive side of things, move at the line of scrimmage, into the defensive, alignment and things like that. So it's going to take a lot, but, I think that having everybody healthy will be helpful, but, even with that, the performance still just needs to step up.